Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Happy. Before I get into the meat of this thing, I want to take you down memory lane with me for a quick second.
I'm so flattered!
Rattata.
It was about a year ago or so that I got the nostalgia bug, and I found my old copy of Pokemon Fire Red, which I actually borrowed from a friend and never returned, to be honest. Yo, Guti, you can come pick it up anytime, alright, bro? So I went online to get a Game Boy Advance, right? Well, long story short, in order for me to get one of these new Game Boy Advance that were like modded, it would cost anywhere between like $190 to $300. And I just thought that was like a little bit too much for me. So of course, as I was getting ready to hit that buy now button, I saw that there was this thing called an Anbernic. The Anbernic promised to play like Game Boy Advance games, Game Boy Color games, Game Boy Classic, like as well as like PS1 and Super Nintendo and like all the other Nintendo games. It was crazy, right? And it attracted me, especially the price. It was only like about $60, which was way less than buying like a video game nowadays. Now you guys know it's like $70 minimum to buy a video game. So surely enough, I bought it. I played my Pokemon Fire Red on it and I loved it. And then I started playing like Tales of Destiny 2 for the US, which was like one of my favorite PS1 games. And I noticed I didn't have like joysticks. So surely enough, I went and bought this bad boy, the RG353V. I beat that game on there, and then I saw that the Anbernic was releasing the same RG35XX, but now like in a horizontal way with two joysticks. Like the 353V, but much cheaper. I bought it, but the screen was much smaller than the 35XX, and I did not like it. So this is where I took the biggest step of my life. I sold all my Anbernics, I gave one away to my friend Derek, and I finally purchased the RG556. This is what I felt was everything that I was looking for in a handheld. Nothing felt better in my hands. The handles on it made long hours of gameplay not hurt my hands as much as like my other devices did. I played Final Fantasy X on it. I was in love with this device. It plays so awesomely. That was, of course, until I tried to summon Shiva, and this happened. Ah, man, I was so heartbroken. I also tried to play Mario Kart 8 on it, and I couldn't. Or to be honest, any of my Switch games, which I own, of course. This guy, I think his name is Retro Ross, kept talking about this one device called the Odin 2, right? And it was like 3 times more money than the RG556. It felt like 3 times more money because after the shipping and handling and all of that, it came out to like almost $400, which is actually 2 times, not 3 times. I paid like only $185 for the RG556. So I bit the bullet. I love the way that his modded one looked, and I decided to buy the Odin 2, the white one, with the Super Nintendo buttons, you know, the red, yellow, blue, and green ones. I replaced the buttons on them, which was a lot easier than I thought it would be. And lo and behold, after that long conversation, here we are. The perfect handheld, or is it? I love everything about the Odin 2, but the way it feels. Maybe it's just me, but I have pretty big hands. And the joysticks on this device are super tiny. So are the buttons, but the buttons do not bother me as much as the joysticks. The joysticks are a nightmare. They won't really work the way I like it to. And I miss the OLED that was on the RG556. However, I do gotta admit that some games do look pretty nice on the Odin 2. Like Mario Kart 8 looks amazing. So I really can't complain. I had a save file for my PS2 version of Final Fantasy X, and I tried to summon Shiva to see if it would freeze as bad as it did on the RG556. And man, it just summoned her in an instant. I was blown away by this. Because anytime I was forced to summon Shiva, like at the end of the game, spoilers, in case you don't know, you have to fight her at the end of the game. I will go and make myself breakfast, do my taxes, call my ex, leave a mean voicemail, watch 3 episodes of Game of Thrones, and then she will be done summoning. Also, I remember playing Pokemon Unbound and leaving my Odin 2 on for like a good day. And like if I did this with my RG556, for sure it would be either down to 20% battery or just be turned off altogether with no battery. I picked up my Odin 2 like in a panic, and when I went to see the battery, it was at a whopping 95%. I was shocked. The battery on this thing is amazing if you are playing retro like video games. Regular Switch games is good, but it will still drain it like a lot. And I think the reason for that is because you're using a lot more resources on it. But I would say it was like 8 hours before I really had to recharge it. Oh yeah, before I forget, this thing can play pretty much anything you throw at it. I won't get into it. This is basically what I want to get to the meat of this whole thing. I would love if either Odin or Anbernic would collaborate to make a device that met in the middle. I would love the case and buttons from the RG556 as well as the OLED screen. I would make the analog sticks RGB like they have on the RG40XX and the color of the Odin tool as well as the color of the buttons and the battery and graphics power that the Odin tool has. It would be the perfect handheld for me, honestly. The comfort and playability will be unlike anything else. I reached out to Anbernic and asked if they could make this for me, and they said that they couldn't, basically. And I hear that A1N does not really respond to people, so here I am making this video. Hopefully one day somebody will see this video and make this perfect handheld for me. Alright guys, that's all I wanted to talk about for today. What do you feel is your perfect handheld? What two handhelds will you put together? Or what handheld do you have now that you think is just perfect? Let me know in the comment section below. Oh yeah, before I get into anything, I'm doing a giveaway. I'm gonna give the Odin 2 buttons, the red, yellow, blue, and green ones. If you have an Odin 2 and you want to replace your buttons, then by all means, just let me know in the comment section below what I asked you, which is what is your favorite handheld, or what would be the perfect handheld for you. Alright guys, that's all I have for today. Hopefully you stuck to the end of the video to enter the giveaway. Remember, stay happy. Rattata. Have a nice day.
I'm all about that bass, face, face. 'Cause you know I'm all about that bass.